Good.
We were here this morning, Masons, and gave the, Steve. Good. Fire extinguisher.
This was, backed out. These are just active. That's a good one.
I didn't know where I was going to put turkeys.
Good, how are you?
So then what she do comes up with one of the church bars. 4 pies. Other stuff. Is that fine with that?
Rain over the 18. I don't know, I'm feeling it. Can't wait. How you doing?
Wonderful.
They try to send so we can't accuse them. So,
Good.
the only thing is,
Better than nothing, you know.
Good one.
Spitting that out before you said.
all right, it's 3 o'clock. I'll call the West County Forestry Committee meeting to order. First on the agenda, we got the approval of the minutes from October 21st, 2025 and August 19th, 2025. Get a motion by Hampton. For the minutes. Second by Mr. Snyder. Any additions or corrections? If not, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed, say no. Motion carries. Next on the agenda, we got public comment, limited to 3 minutes per person. Does anybody wish to speak in public comment? Go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Niemeyer. I own the property at 13607 Willie Road, right next to the boat landing project. It's up on the agenda today. We've had that property for the last 20 years. This project appears to have started from a single complaint about hazardous street parking and a supposed traffic safety issue in the corner of right-of-way and Willie Road. Noting, the Wisconsin DMV has had no reports or incidents at this intersection. The reality is the intersection sees heavy use, not because of the landing, because it's a main route homeowners and drivers use cutting through between County D and Highway 40. This plan would remove mature trees along the border of my property and the county, taking out a natural buffer that provides privacy, safety, and noise reduction. It would replace them with additional parking spots, a small gain for a permanent loss. The proposed diagonal parking sits on a blind corner where many drivers already travel fast. Trucks and trailers averaging 35 feet would back up out blindly into oncoming traffic, a situation far more dangerous than anything that exists today. The existing vegetation and slope on our properties acts as a natural filter absorbing runoff and sediment before it reaches the lake. Removing it with either gravel or paved parking lot increases the risk of erosion, pollution to Island Lake, and quite possibly our backyard. I've shared with you an assessment from Dave Kafura, who has decades of experience permitting landings throughout Wisconsin Forestry Association supporting these concerns. The current turnaround provides adequate parking. Also, there are several better landings on the lake that can accommodate larger trailers and traffic without concern for traffic. One thought would be to add signage where the other landings are, of all 4 landings on the chain of lakes. In short, the proposal removes trees, privacy, and safety without fixing an issue it claims to address. I respectfully ask the committee to reconsider the project.
Anybody, go ahead.
I'm Alec Christensen. I'm on the town board for the town of Big Bend. And I just wanted to read a thing, and if I could, I got 2 things here, because somebody else wanted me to read something for him too. And hand to the.
As long as you keep it to 3 minutes or under, you're fine.
I can do that. Okay, it says, the members of the town of Big Board, Board of Supervisors oppose the parking lot proposal for the following reasons. 1, the ditching on the west side of the right-of-way is soil ditching. The proposal of having vehicle with trailers, traffic crossing through the ditch to park raises the concern that ditching needing either upgrading, concrete would be the most effective to control water runoff. If improvement to the ditching isn't part of the project, then more regular maintenance may be required, and the Forestry Department may be funding additional maintenance if needed. 2, if the parking lot is approved, then signage requested to warn of the boat landing is currently most vehicles that park in the current parking lot do so parallel to the road and the landing launch. The proposed plan has vehicle parking perpendicular, vehicles and vehicle with trailers, parking perpendicular to the road and to the landing launch. 3, currently the concrete in the boat landing launch is defective as there is separation between the concrete slabs. I had several persons bring this concern to my attention. Additionally, residents of Sand Lake have also addressed similar concerns for the boat landing there. The last one is, I believe the county would be providing better service to the boat landing users by improving the boat landing launch before adding additional parking, which I've only, in my 40+ years enjoying Island Lake, seen needed additional parking on possibly 3 summer holiday weekends. And for the second one, I oppose the this is from John Kowaleski. I oppose the proposed modifications to the Island Lake boat launch for the following reasons. 1, modifications are promoted. Forgive me, I'm not real good. Bifocals here. Promoted as an improvement to safety. In fact, they are just the opposite. Expanding the parking to the north will make the blind corner situation worse. 2, removing trees and grass will increase runoff pollutants into the lake. 3, an unpaved parking lot will require maintenance to combat washout. 4, spending money for this improvement when the county is tight on funds is not responsible. Repairing the concrete ramp in the water is more important. 3, the launch is only used by 1 to 3 boats on a normal weekend. There might be a few additional when there is a fishing tournament. And 6, an unpaved lot will promote chaotic parking as there is no way to apply striping. Thank you for your concerns, John Kowaleski.
Thank you. What's that?
Heidi.
Can I give these so they get in the record?
Heidi.
Maybe you could give them an ID.
Thank you.
Anybody else for public comment? Go ahead over there.
Yeah, my name's Tim Stowasser. I live on Highland Lake. I use that boat landing, or I try to use that boat landing occasionally. The concrete that goes down into the lake there, you cannot launch a boat, be it a pontoon or a ski boat. I have a Mastercraft and also a pontoon trailer, and because of the unevenness of that concrete, how it's wedged like this, once you drop off of that, the bottom of your boat just scrapes. So instead of worrying about cutting down trees that have been there for 100 years, you guys should worry about fixing that boat landing so it is usable. And if you're not going to do that, my suggestion would be close that boat landing and take the money that you have and put it into the other boat landing on Island Lake where there already is plenty of parking, and you don't have to worry about the dangers of traffic coming around those corners.
Thank you. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Jeff Pippinger, Island Chain of Lake Association president. And the Lake Association would like to see the improvement on the landing part where the pads have sunk, but to leave the riparian buffer zone in place. It's very important that we have that to reduce the pollution runoff coming into the lake. We do support the repair of the pads. That's from the board.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment?
Along the Burley Trail, ATV trail, there's a warming shelter, snowmobile warming shelter, and we have like a sign-up tablet there. Just wanted to show you all how many people sign in. Not everybody signs in, of course. There's people here from at least 10 different states. This is basically 3 seasons worth, but I just thought it'd be worth sharing. Thank you.
Anybody else for public comment? Anybody else for public comment? Any other public comment?
I'll just say one thing. Harold Salter from the Lake Association. I went up there purposely last year on Labor Day weekend, and I think on Saturday there was 2 cars there. Sunday there was 3, and Monday there was no cars there. And that was between like 10 and 1 o'clock. So it's not like people are using it. So.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? Any other public comment? Any other public comment? Public comment is now closed. Next on the agenda, we get the Parks and Rec report.
I have a report from Mike Zimmer. All docks have been pulled for the season. Remove buildup of sediment at boat ramps and docks where needed. Highway Department completed the Kozak gravel rehab project on the ATV trail. Potato Lake parking lot was cleared of brush and resurfaced with gravel. Raised gravel approach at Island Lake boat ramp. Applied for DNR stream crossing permit for the Red Canyon ATV Trail. Funding to develop this trail will come from the Weirgore ATV Trail Development Grant. You guys remember the club was going to fund that? Mike called the DNR grant people, and then we're going to fit that on the grant. So it's a good change. Attended the public involvement meeting for the Josie Creek Bridge replacement project. Bridge construction is planned to begin in the summer of '28, which means it was pushed back a year. A temporary bypass is planned to be installed, which will allow continued use of the campground, boat landing, and rifle range during bridge construction. The Lady Smith Snowmobile Club has shown interest in the old bridge for use on a stream crossing near their warming shelter. The existing bridge was installed in 1915 and is considered an historic bridge.
Are you done?
Yeah, any questions for Mike?
So the raised gravel approach to the Island Lake boat ramp, that's the other one, or the one they're talking about?
No, this is
here?
the one they're talking about. Can't remember if it was 2 or 3 loads of gravel went there to make the top more of a gradual thing.
Okay,
And
but
someone did stop in, Mike said, and he said it was way better than it used to be.
what
But did
they're,
not address the cost of the water.
Okay.
Right,
that's still
that would be a bigger problem.
problematic.
Yep.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Questions? All right. Go on to the timber sales report.
From Dan Gravison, another good month. We're operating, good amounts of wood is getting hauled. And some sales are getting closed out. Lionel Klein finished up his Bald Hill sale, moved into and started sale off the end of Fort Hill Road. West Truck has been hauling wood. Flannel Fleet finished their select cut north of County F on Bald Hill. Moved into and are almost done with the small select cut out east. Walls Hardwoods is making progress on sale off the end of Weirgore Road. Crier Forest Products moved into a coppice on the fire lane. Any questions?
Do administrative report?
Our auction items that were approved a while back, the 2 trailers and the old ATV. You remember the highway put out a bunch of items for auction and included ours. We received a little over $700 total for all that, so I think it's safe to say we used it up. DNR's been working on the Elk openings access road off of River Road on the east side. We supplied 2 culverts for that, and we might bring another 1 or 2 here in the next day or 2 for them to install. Looking really good. Will allow them to get in there to maintain those wildlife openings.
Doing the work up there, Jared.
DNR.
They hire somebody, don't they?
No, they're doing it themselves. Wildlife dozer, some forestry equipment too, I can't remember.
Mainly the wildlife dozer.
Let's see. I had the pleasure of spending an afternoon in the woods with Bert Zilke, Officer Zilke, dealing with some illegal tree stands. It was an interesting day. Went well. The property committee approved the purchase and donation for the ATV trail culvert, but it's no longer needed to happen since the grant's paying for all that. Today I met with Beata, the new finance director, for 2 hours. Thought I was going in for 20 minutes, but it's a very productive meeting. I think she's gonna be very helpful for everybody here, to be honest. And I have gotten out several times and marked lots of timber in the last month. Those are good days. Any questions?
Public Trails Committee report, Roger up.
Okay. We talked about a number of things at our meeting. We had one gentleman that was at the meeting that has a trail he wants us to look at. Another gentleman actually called Phil, and then I tried to get a hold of him, and Andy finally got a hold of him. He's got a number of trails that he would like open. Apparently, there's a bunch of guys that want to bow hunt and want access, so we're gonna have to, get those looked at, and Andy was gonna work on that, and he, maybe he's even gotten some of that done already. We discussed a number of other things, the Red Canyon Loop, the Ice Age Trail. We talked about that Felsimer Loop that's kind of been discussed a number of times, and we talked about, maybe it's time to have a public meeting on that, and kind of see if we can push that forward, or at least see where it goes. So, we talked about that. Couple of motions. Apparently, there's some confusion on the big trail signs on what the red diamond actually means. I guess the big yellow signs that says the red diamond is a dead end trail. Well, apparently a number of people think that means that the trail is open, but it ends somewhere. So they think that, the red diamond means that they can run those trails. And I discussed this with Jared as well. So we made a motion to change the wording on those signs so that for red diamond, it says closed trail. So there's absolutely no possibility for confusion. So, the red diamond would say closed trail, and that should be pretty straightforward on what that means. We discussed the issue of being able to park on closed trails, either the red diamond or green diamond trails that are open to ATVs but not pickups, on being able to get the pickups off the main roads. And we made a motion to that effect. Jared's got a copy. I think Phil had a copy, but maybe next month you guys can get that on your agenda and talk about that. But the gist of that is we would like to be able to get vehicles off the main roads for safety reasons. And if there's a trail there that's, sufficient, the first 100 feet is what we proposed, to be able to park vehicles. If you got 2 or 3 people meeting, you got a couple of bird hunters pulling trailers, whatever, that they would be able to pull down a trail that is closed to vehicles for the first 100 feet to park, to get off the main road. So, and, hopefully you guys can consider that at your next meeting and see if we can get that approved.
On that line, I thought there was a couple of word changes possibly that was discussed. I'm not sure if I had the final copy.
Okay, do you have it with you by chance?
I don't have it with me.
Okay. Yeah, the
You sent
original
me-
copy, there's about 5 words there that we just ended up blackening out. Otherwise,
Just send that, make sure I kept up with the
okay.
changes. I may have made notes on mine, but send me what you guys came up with for sure.
Sure. I can get that to you. Like I say, Jared's got a copy of it as well, so I wanted to give those guys a chance to think about it, talk about it, and, see what they think, but, okay.
All right, any questions?
So are you changing the signage?
Well, so yeah, I agree with those orders, the stickers to put over them
Okay.
to make that a little more clear for people.
The website as well.
Yeah.
You can modify the existing sign.
Yeah. Should be able to get stickers from the sign company that'll go on. We actually did that before when we changed the white diamond from ATV only to licensed. Stickers right on them, worked out pretty well, I would say.
And on the same topic, we've talked about this before, but, okay, you got a green diamond trail that says dead end. You see, you go down 1/4 mile, and then there's a red diamond sign. That means that that's where the trail ends. But there's confusion there too as well, and we talked about, we'd need to get some little signs that say trail closed that we could bolt right underneath the red diamond so that, eliminate any confusion there too. The trail actually does end there.
Motorized traffic.
Yeah, non-motorized. Right.
Can you order those too? Like little trail closed.
Start getting a lot of stuff and it gets pretty expensive. I think that if the yellow sign says that red means trail's closed, that should cover it up.
All right, any more questions, discussion? On to trail recommendations.
We didn't have any at this time.
Next on the agenda, we have trails and requests.
Yeah, so, when we, the bridge that's currently across the Weirgore, would become free. We kind of wanted to jump on that as Trails End being that our swinging bridge, is in dire need of repairs. It's in pretty rough shape. Basically for replacement at this point, it's beyond, fixing. So this current bridge that, is gonna become available, it may not be the end all be all or the best decision for us, but we wanted to put our name on it, if possible now, to put in there while I explore other options so that if no better option becomes available, we would have something to replace that. If we have to close that swinging bridge permanently without one there, we would lose access to, is it 80?
All of our nature trails.
Yeah, 80 acres,
Probably more than, at least 80.
at least 80 acres of the camp that there'd be no access to. So I want to get something in there, as well as something a little bit heavier duty so that we can get mowers back there to take care of those walking trails so people aren't trying to hike in the knee-high grass. So basically my request is currently that our name be put on that bridge. And if a better option comes along, as soon as I have an answer on that better option, we'll let the committee know, and open that up to anybody else who might want to use that.
I think most of you are aware that they've been dealing with this swinging bridge problem for probably a couple of years. It's failing, it's toast.
So there was some talk before about repairing it. I thought we had approved some money to repair it. Did that, them repairs got done, right?
Enough that it's crossable, but our biggest problem is where the bank is washing out on the pilings. We can't add fill back into that trout stream to try and reestablish those current pilings that are on the bridge, and to get equipment back there that would be able to adequately lift that bridge to re-drill holes and drop pilings. I just don't see how it would even be possible.
Would you get this bridge back there?
Wait for freeze up and cross the swimming hole would be our best option. So it would take a good enough winter to get a good enough freeze up to be able to get equipment, hopefully in the form of a bigger skid steer back there, to be able to get everything dropped into place while the ice is in.
And then a swinging bridge would just be taken out and this would be dropped in the same spot?
It would be, the new bridge is gonna go upstream a little ways and get away from that mouth of the Chippewa. We would close the swinging bridge if it does become impassable. It's historical. I wouldn't want to see it torn down.
So it would be an additional bridge for the same stream.
Correct.
While maintaining the historical old bridge in case, just until we can't anymore.
Exactly. Then if that bridge, it'll stay until it may eventually go down, then I'm sure we would need to remove it to get it out of that stream so as not to contaminate anything. But once it's down, removal would be a lot simpler than trying to take it down. Safer too.
Better than just replacing the swinging bridge, because that does, like, everybody that goes to Trails End.
Yep.
It's a staple of camp, for sure. You know, all the weddings get their pictures taken by it. That's one of the prior users' fondest memories of camp, is the swinging bridge. But whether we have the swinging bridge or not, we cannot get a mower across it. We cannot access all of the nature trails, and we've recently became recipients of the Jane and Kelly Memorial Foundation, who has given $10,000 to revamp our nature trails. And, you know, other than walking past that bridge, we can't, that's how you get there. You go over one bridge, you go over the swinging bridge, you go up some stairs, and then that is the start of our nature trails. And several years ago, we were donated another 40 acres that we want to create a trail on. So having a bridge that's actually passable with equipment, and we're not looking to bring vehicles or ATVs or anything. We just want to get across the river and be able to maintain our trails. So all the money that we've been putting into them, we don't have to, you know, keep fixing every couple of years. We're able to maintain them.
Any other questions?
What's the schedule? Do you have a schedule?
I don't really have a schedule. EB did sign the contract for the new bridge. Obviously, the bridge doesn't become available until it's removed, and just be removed when the new one is going in. Doubtful this winter, maybe next winter.
Is that for timeline? I mean, obviously, the sooner the better for maintaining the trail.
Yep. If nothing else.
It would be detrimental to the swinging bridge by not having the other bridge in there for another year or so.
No, I think the bridge should be fine for another year. If I can get something in there before then, that's gonna work better, I definitely will. But if we have to wait.
You keep your options open of something.
Yep.
And everything that's going to be happening this winter on the trail, they're going to be accessing through surrounding property owners. So they're not having to cross two bridges and up the stairs and all of that. So that will be done before next year, but then getting, you know, because part of that was ARPA funds, so we have to complete that project. So this will help that, but after that, then there's no way getting across there unless you just bring the string to,
You need close to 50 feet.
which we have a couple miles of trails, so that's kind of hard to do. And brush grows very quickly back there.
Other thoughts?
Span is the same, right? And you were just gonna store it anyway, right? Was the plan?
Till we found a good use for it. Seems like a great use for a bridge.
Seems like it. Something that we don't have to worry about. It'd be,
I heard Rod ask the question, is that bridge long enough?
Yes.
100 feet or 250 footers or what?
50 foot. The span would need to be 100 from one bank to the other.
100?
does, somebody want to make a motion on that?
So you need the whole thing.
I'll make a motion.
Make a motion that, once the
Bridge is removed, it's
moved right over.
relocated at trailside.
Actually, you could probably do that, you know, the same, if you get somebody get out of there. maybe.
Yeah, part of the contract for EB is to bring it back to highway. I'm sure they would not argue if they had to haul it 10 miles less.
Okay. So we got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? I'm abstaining from it. Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Motion carries, and make sure the record reflects it. Done.
Right.
All right, we're on timber sales.
Had our bid opening this morning. In the packet, you will see the results. We had 18 sales, 11 had a qualifying bid, 7 had no bid.
Do you have a guess as to why they didn't bid on the 7?
We had all kinds of guesses.
Did we
Times are tough.
to
A
get
few
them
other
done?
counties I saw bid openings for had similar results. They're just not selling them all. I don't remember if the state forest had a sale recently. I think they did. Oh, they did.
They did. I think they sold most of their wood, actually, ironically.
How do you get that fuel plant up in Hayward going?
So I guess usually, I think the motion would be made to award those sales to the winning bidders. And then after that, we'll decide if we want to rebid the unsold ones or hold them till spring.
Some of this was low. Wasn't checked marked. Would have been last.
So the highest bid will be listed first. So
Okay.
they're not checked because you have not determined who the winning bid is. If they have a check in the right-hand side, it means it was not a complete bid. So no bids are considered an incomplete bid.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's winning bid and incomplete, the code.
We get a motion to decide. Motion by Alec. Second by Phil. Any more discussion? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Motion carries. Equipment purchase request.
Do we want
Wait.
Let's talk about the remaining sales.
The ones that-
Yeah, sorry.
Handful, let's see. 3 of them are already carryovers from spring or prior to that.
And we already couldn't direct sell those either, right? Remember we haven't had any-
No one has been interested. So we could cut the minimum bids down on them a little more and see what happens. I think usually the ones that don't sell for the first time, sometimes we'll rebid them at the same price. See if someone bites. I don't think that's been very successful in recent years, though.
Not in the recent environment.
Yeah.
How much would you lower?
How much would I lower them? Probably like 10% or 15%. Do like a percentage.
So how many of the 7 were rebids?
I believe 3 of them.
Direct sell them now.
We can direct sale any of them right now. Now that they've failed.
But some of them you tried to direct sell already.
Yeah, these first 3.
So do you lower those 3 and then put the other ones out for direct sale? Who's looking at you?
Does make sense.
Is that what
Lower
your
the 3,
recommendation is?
10% or something.
Or the 3 that have already been direct sale rebid?
Yeah, I think we should lower the price on those and the other ones. If we're gonna advertise again, we might as well advertise them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bid them along.
Um,
Put 3 of them at the lower rate.
3 old ones. 15%. You got any thoughts there?
Seems reasonable.
Undercut them by 1%.
It's
Yeah.
tough. I mean, our minimums are incredibly low compared to what they were 5 years ago. But that's the market we play in, so.
Okay, so somebody want to make a motion? So I get a motion from Alex, second by Carrie, to rebid these and the 3 that were on the second time rebid.
For the December meeting date. Okay, 9 o'clock.
They'll have to go in. Talk to the logger.
Any other discussion? Not. All those in favor say aye.
Okay.
Opposed, say no. Carried. Now, the purchase request.
Last month we talked about the need for prescribed burning on the county forest. Regenerating oak benefits greatly from that because of their growth characteristics. They put a lot of energy into their roots the first several years. If a fire comes through and top kills everything, the oak has a strong root to resprout. While the other species that are competing with them do not do as well. So
No Jason Fry.
red oak is probably the most valuable tree we have on our forest. If we want to keep growing it into the future, we should start doing some prescribed burns on our shelter woods and,
These are prescribed for, and I was at the last meeting, that help both white and red oak, is it the same thing?
Yep.
So you're looking to get 6 sets of PPE, is that right?
Yes.
You need 6 hard hats?
I believe so.
Gloves, shirt,
check with the fire department too, because they might put training on and hang out.
Potentially. In other counties, that
Tried it.
hasn't been a lot of that.
So is this, these are MZ up here too. You if you have MZ down here, if you don't have it.
Could be.
He's not giving me the sizes, so it's not
I
on.
was just,
Cost is.
We already got fire and we got.
Oh, but that's who it's for.
Is there a price for grass from going away or something?
No, we had asked that in the previous meeting.
The class, I think they could go to the class for free. Like, yeah, you were gonna check on whether or not they were all trained. You
yeah,
had
so
enough
Mike,
that were
Mike
trained.
is the only one who's not trained.
For the required 130, 190.
Correct. And L180.
LNE.
The rest of us have those 3 classes already.
So do you have to pay for him to get trained, or if you guys are trained, is that adequate? But they go to the refresher training that you guys offer every year, right?
They should, it's not
Can.
required.
And there's no cost for that. So do you need Mike to have that training then too?
It would be good if you got it, and we're not having much luck finding the cost for that training. It looks like it might be free to government agencies. But
You can do a lot of it online, you just have to go to a field day then somewhere.
Right.
Just teach the class?
Can they do the field day with you?
That I'm not sure. We could set up some of the same stuff, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Possibly.
Is a field day couldn't that be one of your burn days? Because you guys do other burns.
We do. I'm just not sure what the requirements are if they take an online class, if it has to be part of an actual organized field day for that class through whoever's putting it on. I guess I'm not sure.
So you're looking for basically 8,500? Well, there's 2,000 on the back.
Yeah.
Too.
2244.
Out of, which budget?
Timber sale expense. And that would be
Next year's budget?
this year.
This year's money
We
left?
have it in this good position right now. Capitalize on this.
It's something we need to plan. We got the money in there right now when it's November. It's a bit of a.
How many days to do this?
How many days
It's
a
not
year
more
are
than
you
just a
gonna
one-day
burn?
project, right?
How many days per year are we burning?
Right.
Or how many burns a year do you want to do?
It could vary. It all depends on what kind of burn windows you get. There might be a year where you don't have opportunity to do it. There might be a year conditions are good and you want to do 3 of them. And you use it a lot. It's going to be variable. It's not a hard and fast X amount of days a year.
Right, but how many days is usually you spend doing it? And we got wages going into it too. That's,
Yeah.
I mean,
It would be, I don't know, a couple at least, or a few. I mean, it depends. You know, if we, like this habitat burn we're going to be doing in the spring, I mean, it would just open up the door to do a fair bit with it and help out. But I don't know how many days. It'd be hard to say.
So, I mean, it's one main day for the burn, you do one burn. But then a few days or up to a week of
Monitoring.
babysitting that site, make sure it's not flaming up or spreading.
Does anybody in this,
I think you're getting at that it's not a lot of money, but not a lot of use for this stuff. But it's important. we want to grow oak, we need to be using fire.
Gear would not belong to the person, it belonged to the forestry department, right? So you could keep on using, if somebody leaves, you can get somebody else slotted in, just like the fire department, all your specialized equipment belongs to the department, not the individual person.
I would think so.
And then the other thing is, has anybody done a study on increased productivity by the fire burn? Is there anything like that out there, or? I mean, they've been burning for a long time now, so.
Yeah, what helps is the burn eliminates the competition.
Yeah,
So that the oak has a competitive advantage.
I'm just wondering if anybody tried to put a number on it versus
There's been a lot of
$6,000-8,000.
culture trials with burns, yeah, we stopped at a few on summer tours and.
It's more a percentage of species rather than.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
It's
you're gonna have
trying to get as many.
something growing there no matter
Yeah.
what. It's just a matter of.
But then that, down the road someplace with that jump should raise your valuation of that property.
Oh, yeah. Like Jared was saying, oak is your most valuable
Yeah.
species you have. And trying to, I mean, there's 12,000 acres of oak right now. We're looking at, or Jared is, in the forestry department, is wanting to regenerate about 5,000 acres of that, where it makes the most sense, where the habitat types support the best oak growth. But to do that, 5,000 acres, if you do even 100 acres a year, which is kind of what we're trying to set ourselves up for, that's a lot of work over a long period of time. So this is a long-term investment.
Yeah.
It's a big upfront cost, but you'll have it for years, and it will give you the flexibility to burn when the window presents itself. You might even do burns in the fall as preparatory burns. Burns in the spring, you might do multiple in the spring. If you rely on just the DNR equipment, days that might be good for burning, we have to keep some equipment back for wildland fires. So the county burns become a lower priority, and then they don't get done. Or if you have resources, manpower, and at least a UTV with some water capability, it greatly increases the likelihood that you'll get these burns completed.
How big a water tank is that on that UTV unit?
250. 250, you said?
Oh, 250, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Second page to that.
I'll make a motion, we invest, what's the total? 84 or whatever, buy this equipment.
We have to add in Mike's training costs.
It is not included.
Yeah, it might come up with a training once we find out, right? We could.
That's fine. Did you add them together? Like you added them together, right?
Yeah, it was 84, 52, 2 cents. So we got a motion and a second.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Motion carries. On to the Island Lake Boat Landing, RBF.
Slip up. Mike and I talked to Pat Smith as the grant guy on this grant. We can still accept the grant this year. And we can modify it to do whatever we please at that boat landing, if you guys so choose. Total project we applied for was $15,646.
What was that? 15,000.
Yep. 646.
One more time.
$15,646.04. It can go up to up to $20,000 project, and this is 50/50 cost share, so 10 from them, 10 from us. It could go up to, what we applied for was that 15.6. So there's no issue if we want to accept this grant and do a modified plan next year. A 2-year grant window, but they can also do extensions, so it could be longer if needed, but.
Could you modify it to do the concrete or any of that?
Yeah, we could do that.
Fix the
Options are wide open there.
So is that fix the concrete, put a parking lot in?
Can you use it for another location, or you have to use it at this location?
We accept this grant, it has to be at this location. We can turn down this grant and apply for a new grant, a different location next year.
Well, I actually even went out there, even though it's a long ways from Sheldon. I went out and looked at it because it'd been years since I'd been there. That concrete is definitely a problem. Parking there and at the other boat landing, there were 2 trailers there. If there would have been 3 trailers there, they could have easily got, and they got concerned about sharing space, they could have got at least another trailer in there. They're so wide in part, and I've seen that in a lot of boat landings. My opinion would be, let's just fix the concrete for now and see what happens. That hillside is steep, and besides that, I'd really like to spend the time reading Dave's letter, just on my desk and see what it says.
So is it possible to put signage on the road? Because I agree, the road is
Yeah.
an issue. I guess that's a highway issue question,
Town road.
or even you guys don't put any signage up, like,
What do you mean, like on the town road or like in there saying people can park?
slow.
We could put signage on the parking lot.
Yeah, we can sign the parking area for sure, or anywhere on our property.
And all
If
the
it's in the
other,
right of way, it probably has to be approved by the town. I'm not sure. It's probably simple enough.
because that curve is there, right? Curve is bad, but
If we're gonna spend money, I think I'd rather have it at that west landing. A lot more potential there for use than on a steep hill, on a hillside, in my opinion.
yeah, the other landing's a lot nicer landing.
The landing here.
This
Yeah,
one.
this landing is on a shallow part of the lake, and we can fix the concrete if we want. One of the problems on that concrete is it's always filling in with sand.
You've tried to fix it, right?
Yeah,
And unsuccessfully. I feel like
it was really nice till the first spring came and heaved it all.
we could scrap this.
We could close the boat landing, turn it over to the township or the lake association, to maintain it.
Solve that problem.
So as far as
Or at least leave it for like,
today, if nobody makes a motion, that'll.
We have to tell him what he wants to do with the grant.
If there's no motion, it's just one.
And yet, well, we could make a motion to accept, but if we accept it, it has to be specifically for this boat landing. We could do the concrete, but. then-
Except he's already tried to fix it.
Yeah, and so now you're committing 50% of the county funds too, because it's not like they're covering 100%, it's a 50/50. So then do we want to do concrete if we've already tried that before?
But it looks pretty shallow there, so expanding that concrete in the water really isn't gonna help much like it has on some of the other ones, if I've got it right. No. The other ones seem to get a lot deeper than, quicker. That one looks pretty shallow for.
It's shallow there, especially this fall when you're That's as low as the lake has been in a long time, so it's especially bad right now.
Landing on seams. There,
Right.
kind of like closing the boat landing, but if you left it for canoe and
I mean, you can still take Excel and stuff right now.
Well, we went and we used the other one. We went in on a canoe on the other one, but we watched other people go in with their boats on the other one. Even though it's shallow. Between the two, that
How long
seems
ago did we
like
try fixing this one?
Was,
especially if
what Mike said, 18 years ago or so,
you're using the vegetation out of it.
before I started here. And it heaved a bunch the first year and it hasn't moved since then. And they did the best they could. They put like 2 feet of rock under it. It was an issue similar before. Dug it all out, put stone under it, feet of stone and concrete over that, and it still heaved and stayed up. Not a terrible issue, but we never got complaints about it until I proposed the parking lot.
Is there a landing in McCann too?
McCann,
Yeah,
we have a landing there.
Yeah.
it connects.
Some kind of landing. They got that whole chain of lakes there. And he just said there's one on.
And they connect, right?
Yeah, lakes together.
We have landings. An island has 2.
Chain is probably yeah, let's see here.
Yeah, we have 2 on Island, 1 on McCann. What's the other lake?
Chain Lake, that's by the boat landing.
Clear,
Clear?
name one on Clear.
We have a boat landing on Clear Lake.
Oh, yeah, that is a big boat landing.
Yeah. So we're between either don't take the grant or take it and modify what we're using it for?
Yeah, if we
Are those
accepted
the two
them,
things?
it's gotta be used there, but we can modify the use if that's what we want to do with the concrete.
Are we allowed to say anything now or no?
No.
And the town's against it. So that seems relevant.
There are
town.
some letters in favor of it on your, there's some packet.
And we gotta accept this month?
Yeah, when's the deadline?
Yeah, he said it'd be good to know, so if we don't want it, he can grant it to someone else who has an application in. We can always, next year, we can always, plan something else and reapply.
So you already have money set aside for the 50% match?
Yes, in this year's budget, we do, it's coming from the power line fund. And next year, now I forget what I had for next year, something similar. Don't have that on me.
If we are gonna do the concrete, now would be the time, because
So, but if he already has money set aside, can
we
you
get
just
money
use
set
that
aside
money?
and we get some grant.
How much would it cost to do the concrete?
This person said they would rather see the money.
I don't know. Depending on what we come up with for a solution. We're just monkeying with the panels under the water, it probably won't be that much. I don't know.
What happens if you accept the grant and then you go out there and you get the quotes on the concrete part of the work and it comes out to more than we wanna spend? Now you've accepted a grant, can you give it back?
I suppose you could. I don't know.
Is it a DNR grant?
Yes, RBF, recreational boating.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about those grants. thankfully.
What good are you?
No trees and.
We get a different car up here.
Fine with that.
So, but if we take the grant, you don't have to use it for the parking lot, you just have to use it for that location? I mean, it seems like this is what we're talking about is a change in scope from what you applied.
Yes, we can change the scope of that location.
Somebody could make a motion to accept it with the change scope to the concrete work.
Or not accepted.
What's that?
I said or not accepted.
Or not accept it.
I'd make the motion to accept the grant to fix the concrete.
Okay, we get a motion to accept the grant to fix the concrete.
So if we're accepting the grant, we'll
And just do new
we'll look
scope.
into costs and everything to do that.
We're just
Depending on
accepting
where
the
it's
grant,
at,
right?
we could potentially do more than just the concrete. Fix the dock or something.
Can you fix the other dock with the same grant? It's the same lake, because that other dock's jacked up.
It's not the same land.
That dock was jacked up. 'Cause there's no water in the lake. The floats are sitting on the bed of the lake. But Mike had some of that dealt with an excavator after they removed the dock, so it should be better for next year.
Can you use
But we
the,
still might have to put a longer ramp on it.
can you use the grant for signage? Too?
Well, I think so.
Jerry's motion is to accept the grant,
The grant.
get some studies on the concrete for now.
Different, do some figuring on what the scope is gonna be. Accept the grant. We already budgeted our half for it.
Not sure if that budgeted money this year will carry over,
Right.
or if we use next year's budget. Tough to, I suppose.
It's pretty sharp.
She is, she's very sharp.
If we don't use the money, then they ain't gonna give it back to us next year.
All right, we got a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
So we get a motion in a second.
I'd rather see the vote when we show.
Any discussion? Not. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Motion carries.
It was to accept the grant, right?
To fix the concrete.
Accept the grant.
Well, change the scope of it.
You change the scope.
I think that should be done. To change the scope, so it doesn't go back a year from now, say, they're doing, all right. On the agenda, we got Ice Age Trail Murphy Pavilion request May 12th to 17th of 2026.
Motion to allow.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Not, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed, say no. Carries.
Plan ahead that far, too.
They don't usually.
Wow.
Usually they plan ahead.
Normally you're calling me and saying next week. Can you just approve this? Yeah, okay, Session announced by Chair Tippett, sale contract extensions pursuant to Wisconsin statutes, stats 19.85, para 130. Chair announced the closed session for deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business for competitive or bargaining reasons required closed session. I get a motion to go into closed session by Alec. Second. All right, Phil?
Yes.
Alec? Yes. Jerry? Yes. Kathy, closed session?
Yes.
And yes for myself.